Okay, everybody, good evening. How are you today?
Good evening, teacher. So far, so good. And you?
That's nice. I'm great today. Thank you for asking. Thank you for answering, Abigail. What about the others? Christopher, Damari, Luis, Abel, Mitzi? How are you today?
Good evening, teacher.
Bye, teacher. I'm
Everything
fine.
okay?
Thank you.
Okay, you're fine. Thank you for your answers, guys. We're going to start in this moment. So let me activate my camera. Everybody, I'm glad to start a new class. Thank you for coming on time to our class. I hope all of you are ready to start. Well, thank you guys for coming on time. We are going to start in this moment. Let me share with you our today's presentation, and then everybody, we can practice. Okay, there you go. As you can see, guys, today we are going to talk about plans for the future. Over there, you can see some examples, guys, of some plans that maybe some of us can have. For example, buy your own house, get a new job. Maybe if you are working nowadays, get a new job or get a better job, okay? So in some cases, it's possible that maybe you can apply for something different and you can get a better job. The next picture, guys, it's about getting married in case you are single right now. So, well, get married is one plan for the future that maybe most of us have. Another plan, everybody, it's to study. For example, if you haven't studied at university, maybe you can have the opportunity sooner or later, you can have the opportunity to go to university and well and continue studying. And the last picture, guys, is related to traveling. Okay, if you want to go to a different country, guys, you have also the opportunity to do it. But I want to ask you guys, what are your plans for the future? To start, guys, we're going to start maybe with Abigail, okay? Hello, Abigail. Can you tell me what are your plans for the future?
Well, my plans for the future, I will travel another country, for example, um, Colombia. I will get a new job, and I hope I'll finish pay to my house.
Oh, great. So you are already paying your house. So maybe in the future, well, not maybe, in the future, you will finish paying your house, okay? So you will have your own house, right, Abigail?
I'll finish paid my house.
Uh-huh.
Finalizaré de pagar la casa.
Uh-huh. That's
Ajá.
good.
Okay.
So
I
so in the
finished.
future you will have your own house once
Own
you
house. Own house.
yes, your own house. So once you finish paying all your house, so that will be your own house. That's good. Very good, Abigail. Thank you for sharing some of your plans with us. Now I would like to hear another person. Let's see, Adelina, hello. What are your plans for the future?
Hello, teacher.
Hello.
My plans for the future is um, find a job, a good job, and maybe travel to Canada because I like very much this country, and for better future for my family, and maybe seguir estudiando.
Continue studying.
Sí, continue studying.
Okay, pretty good. What do you want to study?
Oh, sorry, teacher.
What do you want to study?
Maybe a posgrado,
Oh, repeat again.
un posgrado o una maestría.
Oh, a master degree?
Okay, a master degree of psychology because I studied psychology.
Oh, that's nice. Did you already finish or not yet?
Yes,
Okay, so that's good. Thank
yes,
you.
this year.
Oh, this year.
Yes.
Okay, that's nice. So thank you for sharing, Adelina. Those are great
Okay.
plans. Okay, I hope you can, well, you can continue with those plans. Pretty good. Also, Abigail, I hope you continue with your plans. Okay, thank you, Abigail. Thank you, Adelina, for sharing. Now I want to hear a boy. Let's see, Christopher, tell me, what are your plans for the future?
Uh, Good evening, everyone. And um, well, I think one of my plans or goals, uh, I I I think the most near goal that I have is trying to improve my uh, abilities, my skills in English because I have some opportunities knocking my door, uh, and I need to get a better level in English to access to. Um, uh, well, like I said, I think my my near plan is to get better level in English to get a new job.
Okay, amazing, Christopher. That sounds really interesting. And I hope you can improve your English level. Actually, you have a good English level. Sometimes maybe we have some areas we have to polish, and I hope you can, okay, you can polish those areas, right? And you can get a better job or a new job, right? As we mentioned,
Thank you, teacher.
sometimes, so you're welcome. As we mentioned, in some cases, we already have a job, but maybe we have better opportunities than the one we are right now. So it's great to look for those opportunities and apply for them. Okay, pretty good, Christopher.
Thank you,
Thank you
teacher.
for sharing. You're welcome.
Thank you for
Let's
your words.
continue.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Don't worry. Let's see. I want to continue listening to Luis. Hello, Luis. Tell me, what are your plans for the future?
Hey, hello, teacher. Yeah, I would like to get a new job. I would like to work as a bookkeeping, right? But in English, that new job. In my plan, I suppose, in the short term, I would like to get a new job with a North American company, and I would like to work from my home, but in English, right? As a bookkeeping, right? Yeah, this is my short term and my plan of my life.
Okay, that sounds really nice, Luis. Well, first of all, I hope you have that experience of working from home because it's kind of interesting. Well, because of my experience, I can tell you it's really interesting. So you enjoy a little bit more, okay? And you enjoy a little bit more your job and also your time.
Okay.
So I hope you can get it, and you can work as you mentioned, in an American company. Actually, well, you already have your short-term plan, and well, just look for those opportunities and apply for them, right? Thank you for sharing, Luis.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's continue right now and pay attention to Damari. Damari, what are your plans for the future?
Good evening, teacher.
Good evening, Damari.
Well, my plan for the future is to able to finish my classes and also be able to have a good job as translator and also to travel another country. For example, Venecia.
Oh, in Italy.
And yes,
Okay.
I like it. And maybe be able to have my house teacher.
Okay, that sounds interesting. Very good, Damari. Damari, I'm sorry. I just have a question for you, and it's about your job. What do you want to be in the future?
And the job as translator.
A translator.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, that sounds really interesting. Well, that's a great job. Okay, well, you can look for those job opportunities here in El Salvador. Actually, I consider we don't have too much or too many translators here in El Salvador because of the internet, right? But it's really good, okay, that you can look for that opportunity. So there are many organizations looking for that kind of people, right? At least at university, I have seen that they look for students to do that job, but they are not paying for that job. However, maybe you can have those opportunities, as I mentioned, in organizations and some other companies that work in different countries, right? For example, El Salvador and other countries that speaks English. So that's good, Damarty. Thank you for sharing your plans. I hope you can get them. Let's see, we will continue right now with Evelyn. Hello, Evelyn. Good evening. What are your plans for the future?
Hi, teacher. Good evening. My plans, one of my goals is to be bilingual. I really want to speak English fluently, and that's one of my objectives for this year. Also, I want to travel with my family on Christmas, and Also, let's see. I one of my plans is finish to pay my house, and that's it.
Okay, you also have great plans, Evelyn. Where are you going to go at Christmas?
My kids want to be on a white Christmas, so maybe we travel to the US. They want to be there for in that season, so I hope we can do it.
Okay, well, it sounds really good. I hope you can go over there. You can practice your English in the US, right? So that's something really interesting and important. And of course, you will be bilingual. Actually, Evelyn, you are bilingual nowadays. Maybe we have, as I said before, maybe there are some skills we need to polish a little bit more. But nowadays you are bilingual, so you can speak in English and you can understand English. So it helps you a lot, and you see you will improve even more, okay? Because you are practicing. I can see that you practice and that you are doing your best effort. Guys, I'm really happy to hear your plans for the future. As well as some of you mentioned, you want to finish paying your house. Some of you want to travel to a different country. Some others want to apply for a new job, and some of you want to travel to another country, for example, the US, Colombia, in any other city, okay? To eat, you want to travel to Italy. Those are great plans, everybody. I can just invite you to do your best, work hard, guys, and you will get those goals. Why are we talking about plans for the future today, guys? Well, let me tell you guys that we have plans in our life. We have some plans that we are pretty sure they are going to happen. But there are some other plans, guys, that maybe in some cases we are not pretty sure about those plans, but we expect they are going to happen in our lives. For example, guys, in my example, guys, I can tell you, I would like to go to Spain and watch a Real Madrid match, okay? But I am not pretty sure if I am going to go there, right? But that's one of my plans. That's something I want in the future. Since I am not sure, everybody, I need to use the adverbs of possibility, okay? That's today's class. We will learn about the adverbs of possibility. Remember, guys, in English, there are different parts of speech, um, or the words are divided in different categories called parts of the speech. Today, guys, we will talk about the adverbs, okay? About some adverbs. There are a lot of adverbs, but in this opportunity, guys, we will talk about the ones to express possibility or probability. So I would like to start our class, guys, and I want to hear David, okay? David, can you read this part?
Adverb of probability. We use adverbs of probability to show how sure we are about something. Maybe and perhaps, probably, certainly, definitely.
Okay, David, thank you for reading these adverbs that we have in this opportunity. As you see, guys, it will be kind of easy because we understand this. So everybody, the adverbs of probability show how sure we are about something, okay? Remember, as I told you, in some cases, we are sure about making our plans come true. For example, guys, paying your house, for example, be bilingual. You are sure about that, guys. Why or how do you know that those plans are going to come true? First of all, guys, in the case of be bilingual, because you already learned the basic English. And now, guys, you continue with intermediate English. And by this point of your life, or at this point of your life, everybody, you have a better English level than maybe when you started, okay? So you are sure that you will be bilingual because you understand English, you listen to people speaking English and you understand what they are saying, you understand grammar, and you can use that grammar in your sentences. And you can mix different tenses while you are speaking. That's why, everybody, I tell you that this is something you are pretty sure is going to happen. The same, guys, when we talk about, for example, paying your house or finishing paying your house. How do you know that you are going to finish paying your house? Because, well, you already start, okay? You already start paying your house. So in that case, everybody, you have the opportunity to continue some years paying your house. At the end, everybody, you will be the owner of that house you are right now in, okay? So we are sure about those plans, but as I told you guys, there are some plans we are not sure are going to happen. For example, my sentence, guys, I want to go and watch a Real Madrid match in the Santiago Bernabeu Stadium, but I am not pretty sure. Why? Because I don't have the money right now. I am not saving money to do it. And I don't have the time because I have to work. Okay, if I don't work, I can't go and pay for my things, right? That's why, everybody, we have to use the adverbs of probability to identify the percentage of probability we have to do something. Okay, right now we have divided the we have divided the adverbs of probability in three categories: maybe and perhaps, probably, certainly, and definitely. Okay, we will start with the first part, with the first category, guys, and it's maybe and perhaps. Let's read about maybe and perhaps. In this opportunity, I would like to hear Abel, okay? Abel, can you read information about these adverbs?
Yes, maybe and perhaps. Formal and more common in writing. Um, Maybe and perhaps have the same meaning. Also, they come at the beginning of a clause. Maybe they finish their project at work. Perhaps the weather will be nice this week.
Okay, thank you for reading, Abel. As you can see, guys, we have maybe and perhaps. Something we have to remember about maybe and perhaps is that they have the same meaning. If you use maybe or if you use perhaps, everybody, you share the same idea, okay? Because they have the same meaning. However, guys, there is a difference between maybe and perhaps. One of the difference we can identify, guys, is that perhaps is formal, okay? Give me a second, everybody. Okay, so as you can see, everybody, perhaps it's a formal way to say maybe, and it's more common that we use it when we write, okay? For instance, everybody, I can tell you about certifications. You know that in English there are many certifications. Maybe the most common are TOEIC and TOEFL. In those certifications that you do to prove that you can speak English and that you understand English very well, in some examples, you can find the word perhaps instead of using maybe, because maybe, as I told you, it's a common way to express that you are not sure about something. But perhaps, as I said before, it's more formal, okay? And it's more common that we use it in writing. Maybe could be for writing, informal writing, and also we can use it in speaking. Perhaps it's going to be more common in writing, okay? Maybe can be used in different contexts, perhaps it's more used in informal ways and in writing. Okay, and remember, as I said before, we are talking about something that we are not sure about. Look at the first example. Maybe they finished their project at work. We are not sure because we can't see the project or we can't see anything that proves that they finished, but we see them, we see they are happy in the picture. In the second picture also, you can see that it is, well, it is sunny, but, and it says perhaps the weather will be nice this week. One day, well, I consider that the weather is unpredictable. Why, everybody? Because maybe nowadays we have that problem, or at least I have that situation, and is that maybe it is sunny during the whole day, but around 5:30 or 6 p.m. it starts being cloudy, and then everybody at 7 it starts rain. Okay, it starts raining. So then everybody, as I said before, in my opinion, the weather is unpredictable. So just because one day it was sunny, I can't say it will be nice or the weather will be nice the whole week. Or just because it was cloudy one day, I can't say the others it will be it won't be a great weather. Okay, that's why, everybody, we express that we are not sure about something, but at least we have an idea that something can happen, right? After that, everybody, as I said before, we have more adverbs of probability, and the following is probably, right? So this is easier to understand, but I would like to hear the examples from, let me see, Mitzi. She's going to help us. Mitzi, can you read the information about probably? Hello, Mitzi. Okay, maybe she can participate right now. Let's see. Can you help me, Adelina?
Probably.
Yeah.
She will probably come to the party. He is probably tired today. ¿También lo demás, teacher?
Yes, please. The whole information.
Okay. I don't know what to say. 50%?
50%?
50% of probability that something can happen. This adverb of possibility comes before the main verb and after the verb to be.
Okay, thank you. As you can see in this part, guys, we are talking about 50% of probability. It means, everybody, that, of course, 50% means that something is going to happen, and the other 50% says that something is not going to happen. Okay? That's why we have these examples. Number one, she will probably come to the party. You have 50% of probability that what you said is going to happen, and the other 50% that it is not going to happen. Then, guys, in the other example, so we have the picture, maybe we can describe a little bit what we see on the picture. He's probably tired today. Okay, there is a probability, 50% of probability. Maybe, guys, the other 50% shows that he is stressed because of his work, or that he is relaxing a little moment, right? Okay, but we have 50% of probability that something is happening or something is going to happen, and the other 50% that says the opposite. Some important information we have to remember about this is that probably comes before the main verb and after the verb to be, as we can see in the examples, guys. Over here we have an example using a main verb. In this case, we have come, and probably is before, okay, before the main verb over there. And then everybody, in the other example, we have the verb to be. He is. And we use the adverb of probability after the word or after the verb to be. Okay, this is something, guys, we have to remember because not all the adverbs of probability will be in the same position. As you remember, maybe and perhaps goes at the beginning of the sentence. Then probably we could say that it's in the middle or after the main verb, before the verb, before the main verb and after the verb to be, as we have in the examples, right? Let's try to remember these structures, guys, because we are going to practice using them. The last part, everybody, talking about the adverbs of probability, it's certainly and definitely. Okay, in this part, I will ask for Evelyn's help. Can you read examples, Evelyn?
Okay, teacher. Certainly and definitely. They will certainly get married soon. Our trip was definitely a success. 90% of probability that something can happen. These adverbs of possibility come before the main verb and after the verb to be.
Thank you. Over here, guys, we have these examples. First of all, they will certainly get married soon. I would like to ask Luis. Luis, how do you know that they will get married?
How do you know?
That they will get married.
Maybe soon, right? Maybe they get married soon, as soon as possible, right?
Okay, but how
Yeah.
do you know that information? How do you know that they will get married soon? What is the evidence you have?
The evidence certainly get.
Okay, but in the picture, what is the evidence you have that they will get married?
That the men have a ring in their house, and I will show the ring and the woman and she asked her is she will get married with him.
Okay, very good, Luis. Thank you. As you can see, we have 90% of probability when we use certainly and definitely because we have evidence. Okay, we have evidence about that. Okay, in this case, everybody, we can see in the picture, you can see the marriage proposal. Okay, so you can see that as Luis said, the man has a ring on his hands and he is on his knee asking her to marry him. Okay, this is the first example. What about the second example? Our trip was definitely a success. Let's see. Mitzi, can you activate your microphone now?
Yes, teacher.
Excellent. Okay, let me ask you, Mitzi, what is the evidence you have to identify that the trip was definitely a success?
Well, the girl had her passport and a bag.
Okay, yes, but how do you know that their trip was good? What is the
Because
evidence you have?
definitely,
But in the picture?
The passport
Okay, the passport,
and
maybe. Okay, maybe. Let's
the
see another person's opinion. David, how do you know that their trip was a success in the picture? What is the evidence in the picture?
Uh, the passport. She has the passport in your hand. He has the
Okay, the
passport.
passport, not really,
And
because
But
he
the
I can
has
have
motion,
my passport.
the
I can have
motion,
my passport,
Sylvia.
teacher,
but yes.
and they are happy.
Ah, you see, that's right. As I said before, guys, I can have my passport, but in some cases, I can say that maybe if I go out to a different country, maybe I didn't have a great trip, okay? But as Mitzi said, they are happy. They look happy in the picture. It means everybody they have that they have a great trip, okay? They could take a lot of pictures. They enjoy their trip. They receive maybe a well in the places they went, they receive a good attention or a good customer service. So as you can see, guys, their trip was definitely a success because they are happy. We use certainly and definitely because we are not completely sure, but there is a huge evidence that it is happening or it can happen. Okay? As you know, guys, in this case, maybe we don't have 100% of probability, but we are sure or we are more sure about something than when we use maybe. For example, imagine we use maybe, everybody. It means that we are not that sure, okay? So maybe they are serious and they don't look happy because of their trip. So maybe we can say, okay, maybe their trip was not a success, okay, or was a success. We don't know, right? But it depends, everybody, on the adverb of probability we use, okay? Let's try, everybody, to practice the use of them since they are really important to talk about probability. As I told you guys, maybe we have many plans, okay? But some of them, everybody, sadly and unfortunately, there are some plans that come true, can't come true, right? But at least, guys, you can do our best. Abel, tell me.
Certainly and definitely has the same meaning, like perhaps and maybe.
Uh, kind of, okay? They don't have the same meaning, but they express the same idea, okay? They express the same percentage of probability.
Okay.
But you can use both, right? In the same situation. So for example, guys, we can exchange the adverbs of probability. For example, I can say they will definitely get married soon, and it doesn't matter because they express the same percentage of probability. The meaning or the translation from English to Spanish, it's different, but the probability they show is the same. Okay, so that's what we have to remember. Let me show you guys other adverbs of probability that we can use. For example, guys, let me uh, let me just select the ones we already studied. Well, for example, guys, certainly is one that we already studied. Definitely, of course, we already studied that one. Maybe and perhaps are some others that we already studied, and probably. Then, guys, we have clearly, obviously, and possibly. Let me tell you guys that when we use clearly and obviously, they show, I could say, a 99% of probability, if not 100%, everybody, because we have even more evidence than in the 90% of probability that certainly and definitely show, okay? Clearly and obviously show even more probability that something is going to happen. For example, guys, I don't know, maybe I can tell you, clearly we are going to have homework today. I am not, am I sure? Yes, guys, I am sure about that because I use clearly. Okay, I'm sorry, guys, but we have homework. Okay, that's another thing. And then everybody, we have the use of possibly. Remember that probably it's talking about 50% of probability, but possibly, guys, I thought, let me tell you, that I thought that possibly was a synonym of probably, but it is not, okay? Possibly express even more probability than probably, okay? So that's why, everybody, I would tell you guys that do you remember what is the percentage of probably?
50%.
50%. Okay, I consider everybody possibly it's maybe expressing even more, okay, like 60, 70, or even 80%. Okay, that something is going to happen. That's why, everybody, maybe I won't tell you to express that probably and possibly are synonyms, because they are not. Possibly express, in some cases, express even more probability than probably. Okay, do you have any question about these modals, everybody?
Teacher, I had a question.
Yes, Armando.
And for example, is you correct me please in the sentences. And I was sorry, I was probably don't connect to class by the traffic today. Is correct? Is it possible?
Oh, could you repeat again your sentence? I had some troubles with the internet.
Yes, I was probably don't connect by to class by the traffic today.
I was probably not connecting to the class today because of traffic. Yes, we can express that, but in this case, well, at the end you connected, right? But we can, grammatically is correct, okay? Grammatically is correct, your sentence. However, since we are expressing something in the past, it's talking about something that is not possible or probable anymore, right? In this case, we better use, as I told you, it's grammatically correct, but it's better using the adverbs of probability in present and future, right?
In present?
But it's present and future, but it's also possible in past, okay? What I want to tell you is that it's also possible in past, okay?
Yeah, is the recommendation is for present or future, not for
yes.
For
I recommend you to use it mostly for present and future, but if you have the opportunity to use it in past, just try to use it in the correct in the correct place. Actually, you told me the sentence and it was in the correct place, right?
Okay, thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. Okay, everybody, right now I would like to continue practicing. Okay, I would like to continue practicing. So please let me show you our next exercise. Well, choose the correct sentence from the following. We have to select, everybody, the correct structure, okay? How the sentences, or what is the correct order of the sentences using the adverbs of probability. Let me show you the first 6 sentences. Give me a second. Let me see. There you go. Okay, maybe we can see a little bit the first 6 examples. Let's see. Okay. So everybody, let's try to see the first 6 exercises and decide what is the correct structure for this adverbs of probability. Okay. I will give you 1 minute for you to identify the correct use, everybody, or the correct structure, and then we can continue with our practice. Okay, I would like to start, guys, checking the correct sentences. First of all, we have these sentences. Perhaps he is too tired to come, or he is perhaps too tired to come. What do you think is the correct sentence? Sentence 1 or sentence 2?
Sentence 2.
2.
Sentence 1.
2.
Sentence 1, sentence 2.
Maybe 1, teacher.
1, okay. Let me tell you guys that I heard your opinions, and sentence number 1 is the correct sentence. Remember that perhaps and maybe are at least the ones that we learned today, everybody. Maybe, perhaps, well, we learned today, maybe, perhaps, probably, certainly, and definitely. And we saw also the use of clearly and obviously. Let me tell you that perhaps and maybe are the ones that we are going to use at the beginning of the sentence, and that's it. Okay, when we use clearly, when we use the other adverbs of probability, we have to use them before the main verb or after the verb to be. Okay, but perhaps it's always at the beginning, and maybe it's always at the beginning. Okay, let's continue with our exercises, everybody. But now I would like to hear Damari. Damari, which is correct? Example number 2. Clearly, she was very emotional, or she was clearly very emotional. Sentence 1 or 2?
For me, it's number 1.
Number 1. Okay, we will check in a moment, right? That's great. Thank you for your answer, Damari. Right now, let's continue with Abel. Sentence number 3, Abel, which is correct? I am too busy tomorrow. Could I possibly come the day after? Or could I come possibly the day after? What do you think? Number 1 or number 2, Abel?
Number 1.
Number 1. Okay, thank you. That's right. Okay, let's continue with example 4. And this opportunity, let's pay attention to Abigail. Abigail, number 1 or 2? He has misunderstood, obviously, the instructions. Or he has obviously misunderstood the instructions. Which is correct?
Number 2, teacher.
Okay, number 2, he has obviously misunderstood the instructions. Oh,
Teacher, what is the meaning in misunderstood?
It means that it's when someone doesn't understand something, right? So that is misunderstood, not understanding something, okay?
It's a verb or no?
Yes, it's a verb. In this case, we expressed that we don't understand something, okay? So or we understand something in a different way, right? So this is in past. In this case, it's in past because the right form is misunderstand. Misunderstand. Okay, in present, misunderstand and misunderstood is in past. So it expressed that you understand or you didn't understand something or you understand something in a different way, okay? That's why it's talking about instructions. Maybe I can give you some instructions and you did something completely different because you misunderstood my instructions, okay?
Okay, teacher.
Okay, we will move to example number 5, and I will ask for Armando's help. Armando, which is correct in number 5? They are certainly at home or they certainly are at home. What do you think? Number 1 or 2?
Number 2, teacher.
Number 2.
Yes.
Okay, they certainly are at home. Okay, thank you. We will check in a moment, and let's check everybody the last examples. In this part, I will ask for David's help. David Interiano, which is correct? Maybe the message never arrived, or the message never arrived, maybe. What do you think?
The number 1, teacher.
Number 1.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Well, everybody, let's check together if all the exercises are correct. I would like to continue with the next exercise, but we don't have enough time. We just have 7 minutes. We have to check, and then we have everybody to check our homework, or we have to see what is our homework, right? Let me ask you guys, are the 6 examples correct in your opinion, yes or no? Yes, Abel?
Number 2, I think it's not correct.
Number 2 is not correct. Okay. So in your opinion, what is the correct sentence?
Number 2.
Okay, she was clearly very emotional. Okay, thank you for your correction, Abel. Let me tell you that this is correct. Okay, as I told you guys, the only adverbs of probability that we can use at the beginning of the sentence are perhaps and maybe. Then the other adverbs of probability that we saw today, they always will be before the main verb or after the verb to be. She was clearly verb to be, and then the adverbs of probability. Okay. Any other example, or everything is correct, everybody? What do you think?
And the number 5, teacher, I think is number 1.
Number 1. Okay, Abigail, you are right. Number 1 is correct. Following the same structure, guys, verb to be, and then the adverb of probability, or adverb of probability and then the main verb, okay? Anytime we use the verb to be, the adverb of probability is after the verb to be, right? So everybody, well, any other correction or that's it? That's it. Okay, that's it. Very good. Everybody, let me show you that I already checked our answers and they are all correct. Okay, as you can see, guys, number 1, perhaps he's too tired to come. Number 2, she was clearly very emotional. Number 3, I am too busy tomorrow. Could I possibly come the day after? He has obviously misunderstood the instructions. They are certainly at home, and maybe the message never arrived. As you see, all the answers are correct, everybody. So let's continue practicing the right structures of the adverbs of probability. Remember, guys, there are many ways to practice, and I will invite you to go to the internet and look for exercises about adverbs of probability or possibility. Actually, both will be good. Okay. As our homework, everybody, I would like to invite you, please, give me a second. Okay. As our homework for today, I would like to invite you guys, please complete 100% of the activities on the platform. We are about to finish, guys. Ya casi terminamos. Así que les invitaría que desde ya, bueno, para el día jueves a más tardar, o bueno, el día viernes, perdón, podamos completar con todas las actividades, ¿ok? Desde el día de ayer para hoy eran, no recuerdo cuántas actividades eran las que quedaban pendientes, pero sí les invito a que las trabajen hoy, mañana y el día jueves, que es nuestro último día de clases. Mientras más rápido terminen, pues mucho mejor. I want to tell you about the message that we received on WhatsApp, everybody. Como pudieron ver en el mensaje de WhatsApp que nos compartieron, si ustedes terminan el 100% de las actividades, pues ya hoy, mañana o incluso el jueves, la fecha ya está actualizada. ¿Por qué nos dicen esto, guys? Porque muchas veces, si terminamos el 100% de las actividades antes, en algunos casos nos aparece una fecha incorrecta y en otros casos no nos aparece el diploma o el certificado, right? Así que en este caso, si ustedes terminan o ya terminaron, pues pueden descargar su certificado con la fecha actual y, y haciendo constancia o haciendo constar que ustedes han terminado el intermedio 2, ¿ok? El nivel intermedio 2. Así que, guys, do your best, continue practicing, and I hope to see you tomorrow, ¿ok? Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Bye,
Have a
teacher.
good night, teacher.
Thank you,
Thank you.
teacher.
Thank you. See you
You're
tomorrow.
welcome.